Hello, everybody. I apologize for that. If I don't plug in my live capture box before I click go live, then I can't reach you. So I am very, very sorry. I hope that you can find your way back to me. It's hard sometimes. I've been down here for a couple of hours sewing and working on things, and then to try to, whoops, I have to remember how to get onto camera. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully you'll find your way here very soon. And I'm hoping. So it has been an interesting week. Green pollen everywhere. I'm sure you're having the exact same thing because everything is just bursting out all over. But it's been nice. Monday was a high of 42. We had a frost warning, but luckily we didn't really get bitten. And so we had a wee bit of a frost warning, and now by Saturday it's going to be 85 degrees. So that's a little crazy. That's all over the place. But I've got a lot to talk to you about tonight. I'm going to show you some good progress. I have been working consistently to get this room in shape. And so I did a good amount of bolting my fabric, which I'll show you. The good news is I hope to start very soon making my short videos on specific topics, like a short little tutorial, like a reminder how to bind and how to make the slant edge binding that just kind of blends in, or how did I do paper piecing? The little things like that, little like 5-minute refreshers, and they're going to be videos, and they'll be there anytime you need to remember how to do something, how to make 8 half square triangles at one time. So those are the kind of things that I'm so excited. I finally got my software downloaded, and I'm going to start working on these. And that way, the long chats and the live streams, they're great if you want background sound while you're sewing, you feel like, we're visiting. But if you want to get on and learn a specific technique and then get busy doing it, then I think this will be the answer. So I see 4 people. I'm hoping this went out. So I might have to copy the link and put it on my group. Let's see. But that's what happens when I have to restart something. It is very frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay. All right, so I'm putting it on my group. So hopefully, in fact, you know what? It'd be good to. Okay. Let's see. All right. So hopefully people can find their their way back to me. So, okay. Here is Kathleen Carter. Hello, hon. I don't recognize your name, so welcome to our group. And it is so nice to see you. And I have what's called a video capture card, and it takes the camera feed and puts it through my laptop and then onto YouTube. And the nice thing about that is I get to see the chat live, and I can answer your questions live. I know who's here. It's more interactive, and I love interacting with you because I'm finding, especially after the whole pandemic thing, I spend too much time alone. So it is very nice to see you. I'm hoping the other ladies will be drifting in. But I have been working on something very fun, and I will show you this. I don't know if any of you have been. Well, thank you. You said that poor woman sitting there all alone. I have to speak out and say hi. Well, I'm tickled that you responded. Thank you for rescuing me, because it's hard when you're sitting there talking and you don't know if anybody's there. But I love Alex Anderson, and I watch her twice or sometimes 3 times weekly, brief shows that go under the name of the Quilt Show. And so I've been trying to work on finishing some of my 100 plus UFOs. But I kept looking at that neutrals quilt of hers. And oh my goodness, I finally broke down. Here it is, the Neutral Blooms. And you can get an instant download from the quiltshow.com at the shop. So I got that. And then I found a good picture and printed it out so I could kind of get an idea. I love this quilt, and where did she put certain things, and how did she put certain things? So I have been very busy today cutting out all of the fabric for this quilt, except for the templates and the flower for the little petals. Let me show you again. But there's little flowers and little petals and little centers. But I've got but except for the applique, I've even cut out the little stems for the applique. I am really starting to worry that nobody else has popped in, because my Marcia, they usually pop right in. I really might have messed up this show pretty good, and I apologize. Hopefully people can see it on the replay. But there were about 5 people that were in when I said, I'm having to cancel this and come back. So we'll see what happens. But so I cut out my strips that I'm going to sew together. I love it when you do little 4 patches when you sew strips. I'm a little concerned if I'm going, there's Annette Parsons. It's nice that somebody found me. Thank goodness for Kathleen Carter, because I was sitting here just talking to myself. I forgot again to plug in my capture card. And Mark told me, he said, hon, if you don't plug in, get your camera set up before you go on live, it won't let you. And it didn't. And sorry about that, but I'm so excited because I got everything cut out. And this is a neutrals. I've never made a neutral quilt. I'm a big girl with big taste, and I like everything bright and loud and fun. Oh, there we are. Oh, you were waiting on the other. Uh-oh, did I not? I thought I canceled that. I apologize. That is terrible. I really thought I canceled it, but it must not have responded. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's 9 people over there. Let me see, because I am so sorry y'all were over there waiting. And manage. Oh, I see it right now. It didn't cancel it. Okay, so let me try. I apologize. I was wondering what in the world. And delete forever. Okay. Cross your fingers that we're okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, let me see. So, the nicest thing, Kathleen says she's moving from Indiana to Washington State, so she's been making, oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant, because It's frustrating when you don't know where your fabrics and some of your best tools are. So that is so smart. There's Susie Blake. Hi, hon. And Annette Parsons, Barbara Smith. But we'll have a Indiana to Washington State. That's a big move. That's a big climate change and everything. Now, Washington State is very popular, and I hope that you enjoy your time there and it's become something good. Oh, Annette Parsons ordered Alex Anderson's kit of neutrals. Fantastic. I have been watching her prior shows about neutrals and how to do a good neutral quilt, and I only bought the grunge background. And I while I was ordering that, I ordered a couple little half yards of a few grays because I thought, I don't think I have many grays to work with. Well, when I came down and I started going through the stash, and especially my little rolling tubs of fabric, I was shocked. I ended up finding 45 from my stash, 45 possibilities for the quilt. I was so happy. I said, you know what? That stash is a good thing. So I've now cut D parts, C parts, all of my A strips there. And, wait a minute. To A were my 3-inch squares that I'm going to make a mess of half square triangles. And here are my strips of pure white and then a collection of the neutrals. So I did this all today. The only thing I was telling Kathleen, the only thing I haven't done is I haven't made my little templates out of a nice plastic. And then I need to cut out all the flower petals and the flower centers. So, yes, you know what, Kathleen? I think most people know this, that a year and a half ago, I found out I had kidney cancer. And I was very fortunate that they got it just in time, but they had to lose the whole kidney. But during all of that time, thinking about, I hope I'll be okay. I hope I'll be okay. I really thought a lot about all of the fabric I have and all of the UFOs. And I said, you know, I don't want it to be trash. I don't want it to just be tossed out if something were to happen to me. And I know that's heavy thinking, but, you know, between that and the pandemic, it was like, you know, I was deer in the headlights. So it kind of changed my opinion. And I still want to be able to have some fun when there's some special things. Like Jenny Beyer just is retiring and she's closing out her shop. And she closed her physical shop a year and a half ago, and now she's even closing her warehouse. So I'll show you that pile that I got all boarded up, bolted up, and ready to go. So, but I am working on, let's use this stash. Let's use the stash and let's get UFOs done. Now, in saying all of that, then I see this neutral quilt of Alex Anderson. She's such a good temptress. I am doing the hand embroidery. Oh, so much fun. And now I saw this and I kept looking at it and I kept looking at it and I thought, oh my gosh. I said, I have to do it. So anyway, I see a couple new names. Beverly Lusk. Oh, I know. This is going to be my first neutrals. And she said, you have to really set your mind to it because it can get a little boring partway through. But I think I'm going to love this. I really hope so, and I hope it teaches me a lot. It's already having to look at neutrals, which normally you think, blah, they're so boring. Oh, I'll put them all over there. But looking at them and then realizing how different they are and what, you know, like, oh, you want one with a little bit of yellow, then you want some grays, you know, putting them together and see what's going to pop. And I'm hoping, you know, Alex Anderson did the best job of explaining it. So I'm excited. Charlene Piper, thank you. I'm so sorry. I hope our sweet Marcia finds her way in because she's such a dear and she does such a good job of making everyone feel welcome. But Annette, I'm excited about your Alex Anderson kit that's coming in. And when it gets in, let me know. Maybe we can do some jitsies where we can chat and sew. That would be fun. And Jitsi is nice, but it's like Zoom, and you can just talk. You don't have to type. So much more fun to do the sewing. But anyway, and everybody wish Kathleen Carter a very good trip moving halfway across the country. That's a lot of work. So anyway, well, I hope everybody will find their way, and I apologize. Also, to any of the ladies that I've contacted in the last week, I now have 4 received, and they'll know what I'm talking about, and thank you so much. And all right, so let's see. Okay, I'll show you what I've been working on. I'm trying to get myself out of the winter just wanting to sit on the couch and do handwork. And I'm trying to get myself active and getting some things done. And as you can see, this curve piecing takes a lot. But see all of this? All of that. I think you remember that I put in a good size fabric order from Jenny Beyer because she's retiring and we'll miss her terribly. And this is not some of her fabric. This is a different piece. But I take and use the mini comic boards. Then I get the jumbo paper clips and I fold the fabric. Let me show you one of the mini comic boards. And you probably think, what is she saying? And these are boards that people who love comic strips and love saving their comic books, some can be very expensive. This is non-acidic paper. It's archival paper. And it's a board, kind of a thick board. And it's the perfect size if you have your selvages edges together and you fold it down one more time. It's the perfect size. And then I take the baskets that I bought at the dollar store and I can stack them in that. Then they go right on the shelf in my stash closet. So I love these, and I iron the fabric, I roll it. Let me see if I can zoom in. But I roll it on the fabric, ironing as I go to keep it nice and flat and smooth. And so that's what. Hi, Kim. How are you, sweetheart? Debbie's here. I know. I don't know what. No, I know what I did wrong, but I don't know why it's making it so difficult. So I think I counted, and that is 27. Whoa! You don't need to see me that close. But 27 different fabrics that are rolled up on the comic boards. So, and I found these on Amazon because you have to look and try to get a good sale. This camera is a little tilted, so if I look a little crooked, it's okay. But I love these. And then I get jumbo paper clips, and that holds them on. And I try to get some that, I try to find ones with a good finish that won't rust. So then that's set up. So I did that, and that was really good. Now, then I showed you the Alex Anderson neutral quilt that I've gotten all cut out. So that means tomorrow I get to start sewing. I was just babbling on today, and Mark said, boy, are you in a good mood when you start a new project. And that's true. In fact, that's why I have so many UFOs, because I get bored sometimes, and the perfect thing is excitement is a brand new product. Marcia made it. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I forgot to plug in the capture card. And if I hit go live stream and I haven't plugged it in first, it won't allow me to get to y'all. I can see y'all on there, but I can't talk to y'all. Yeah, I sometimes can type, but I can't get there. So then I have to try to cancel and delete that live stream and start again. I apologize. So I've been down here for 2.5 hours already sewing, and I just forgot. When I come right down ready to do a show, I have a schedule. But when I'm already sitting down here working, I forgot. So sorry about that. But I'm so excited to do the sewing for Alex Anderson's neutral quilt. And you know what? I don't know if y'all are like this, but I tell myself, I'm going to work so hard to try to get everything, I'm going to cut it just right, and I'm going to get my seam allowance just right, and I'm going to be so careful and do it just right. We'll see how long that lasts. Usually, if I can get to 15 minutes of sewing and it's still in perfect, then I'm doing good. So, and I live by the saying that, perfection's fine, but done is much more satisfying. So anyway, you're making the backing for your Mystery Mountain quilt. Oh, I would love to see that. You'll have to send me a picture of it. But the neutral quilt has so much to cut out. I know. I think I got everything except the templates for the flower petals and the centers, because I can do that sitting in my chair at night. I'm going to make some nice templates out of template plastic, and then I'll just sit up there, trace them, and cut them out one at a time by hand. But I got everything else done except the binding, because now I don't know what binding I'm going to use. We'll figure it out. It is so good to see everyone. I thank goodness for Kathleen Carter, because I was sitting here talking and nobody was here, and she said she normally comes in, but she doesn't talk, and she was so kind. She thought, I feel so bad for that silly woman sitting there talking to herself. So thank you, Kathleen. And she's moving to Washington State. So, our Kathleen Ziegler, I would love if she popped in sometime, because she lives in Washington State. So, all right, now, this is an exciting time. Look at this. What is that about? And this, and I have even more upstairs. I didn't bring everything down. Long glue sticks. What is that about? And then sodium hydrosulfite. What is that? You haven't cut your binding yet either. Yeah, I haven't done that because I'm probably going to have to piece it. Rubber bands. What could all of this have in common? Latex, everyday rubber gloves. Okay, 2 pairs, a big bucket, and blue stuff. What is this about? I have everything I need now for my indigo dyeing, and I'm so excited. I haven't finished my research. I hope to do some this weekend, but it may have to wait a week, because I want to do it the best I can, and I want to make sure I know everything about it. So I have been ironing some of my smaller pieces of prepared for dyeing fabric that I never ended up dyeing and using. And and I'll tell, okay, rubber bands, glue sticks. If you can do little shibori designs on to make a nice small shibori, you use the glue stick. I know, I am going to have to be, you know me too well, Kel. Just buying the gloves. I hate wearing rubber gloves, but I'm like, Deb. And Mark said, you're doing this way outside, right? Way away from the house and his motorcycle and the cars. Because I can make a big mess. It is true, but I'm like a kid. I have so much fun. So I'll be taking smaller pieces of fabric and you roll it on the diagonal, then you scrunch it up and put rubber bands on it. I'm going to do everything. And then the rubber bands, you need lots of rubber bands. And I've gotten little marbles that I'm going to make circles on the indigo with. The biggest part of indigo dyeing, the actual dyeing, you make up the dye bath. And luckily it's pre-reduced indigo, so it's going to make it easier. And you mix up the dye bath, and then you have to wait for it to bloom or flower on the top. So that means that the sodium hydrosulfite has done a good job taking all the oxygen out of the water. Then it's ready to use. The reason I got this bucket is because you want to introduce as little oxygen to the water as possible. If you can keep the water free of oxygen, it lasts longer. You can do more dyeing with it. Eventually, it'll break down and allow the oxygen to come back in. But you sometimes can put a little more sodium hydrosulfite in it, a little bit more indigo, and kind of keep it going. And that's what I'm going to try. So I got a nice, narrow, tall bucket, 5 gallons, and a nice fitting lid so I can keep it as fresh as possible. Now, so I'm going to get a gazebo out there so we can work in the shade, and chairs and folding tables. And I want to make a temporary clothesline so we can hang up this. And then I've got another 5-gallon bucket in the garage that I can use for the rinse water. But I said, I want to do some shibori dyeing. And what I've seen people do is use the PVC pipes, and then, you wrap it around and then you scrunch it down and then put rubber bands or tie it or whatever. So when I went on the hardware store site to get the bucket and the gloves, I looked up to buy a piece of PVC. Oh my gosh, like $18. I went, man, and that's the thing. You pay $22 for the pre-reduced indigo. I already knew I had soda ash. I didn't realize you needed a third chemical. The chemical was only $10.39, but the shipping was $10.99. So then you've got $22 for the indigo, $23 for the shipping and the other chemical, and then the bucket and the lid and the gloves, and I'm trying to think of what else I bought to do. Oh, yeah, the prepared for dyeing fabric, which, hold on, watch out, Grommy. Watch out, Gromit. So I had to order some of this, because I didn't have all of that much. And then Mark got some ice because I thought, while I'm out there dyeing, I'm going to mix some of my jacquard dyeing and do some jacquard dye and do some ice dyeing. And because I really love that. And I would like to have some more pieces of that. So it's going to be a dye-a-palooza. But anyway, to try to be able to buy a 2-foot piece of 3-inch at least diameter PVC was going to run about $18. And I said, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's already too expensive, everything adding up. I get one good idea. And then by the time I try to get it all done, it's like, what in the world? So I thought, I went out to Lowe's to pick up my stuff, and I said, I'm going to find a plumbing business, and I'm going to see if they have any scrap, because they're bound to have scraps of this stuff, right? Well, I finally found a plumber, and I walked into his business, and I said, this is going to sound odd, and this is a dirty old pipe, too. It is a scrap. I said, this is going to sound odd, but do you have a scrap of 3 to 5 inch diameter PVC pipe that I could buy? I'm going to do indigo dyeing. And he just kind of looked at me. Yeah, I've heard about you strange old ladies. No, he didn't really say that, but he just kind of looked at me. Then he went to the back, and after about 7 minutes, he came back out, and I wanted to pay him, and he wouldn't let me. He said, "Have a good day." So what a sweetie. And Advanced Heating and Cooling on Ronaldo Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you need any plumbing, heating, or air conditioning, go see them, because I think it's Advantage or Advanced. Now I got to write it, look it up right now. I think it's Advantage. And very nice gentleman, nicely run company. So I want to give a shout out to them. So anyway, he gave me this, and now, I mean, oh my gosh, I almost could make two pieces out of it and do two pieces at a time, because shibori is so beautiful. But I've got so much prep to do. You can do with like taking stitches, tight stitches in the fabric. You can fold it all different ways, kind of like, what is it? The Japanese paper folding, and you can do it with the fabric and putting different clips. I've got clothespins. I've got all kinds of different things to try. Now, Melanie gave me a really good hint. Now, so that's about the indigo. And don't worry, I am going to record the indigo dye process so you get to see. Now, getting back to our project at hand, which is this Curvy Spaces quilt. And let me see if I can do something here. I wanted to show y'all, but I don't know if I can get it to show good. But I did, let me get this up a little bit. I did something different with one of the blocks, as you can probably see. Now, let me lean this back a little. And I took, let me get my lamp ready. I took a piece of the polyester silk that I used with the Alex Anderson hand embroidery, and because I wanted something with a shimmer, so you can see with good lighting that it's got a shimmer up there. And if you notice, it's off center, because I loved with some of the Curvy quilts, I loved that they had some small planets, small round shapes. I'm calling mine planets, but some small round shapes, some off center. And what I was hoping to have it done by now, but I don't, because I had to decide. I didn't want it to be block, 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 block. I wanted, and I still, this is not even how it's going to exactly be, because I'm going to have some things offset and maybe tilted. And so then I'll have to work background, cutting background pieces. That'll give me something more unique. I'm really enjoying this. Hi, Alberta Conti. So good to see you. And, but I'm liking all the different things. And so I've got to decide. I want it to look a little bit outer space, but also have enough of the different blocks. So anyway, so that's what I'm working on. And Melanie Dearheart wrote and told me about an author who does a great job with curved piecing. Her name is Louisa Smith. And she said, you can get these books at used booksellers. Well, I'm all for used booksellers because, you know, if you can get something, keep something out of the landfill and get it for a good price. Well, let me tell you, I want to show you some of this. So, and while I was there finding this book, I found another one, which is going to take this one and put it on steroids. So I think that we'll be doing some curved quilting. But now what she did is she used the stripe piecing and didn't have those curved, just did the curves that you put them to put them into their setting, which is wonderful. And I get ideas from just about everything. So let me show you some of, this must be where I got the idea. This must be the author who taught the classes where I got the idea to do an outer space theme. And I just love it. And if you notice, some circles are in front of other blocks. And there's only maybe one complete circle of pieces, but yet your eye makes it, to me, it looks like planets. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And look at the different ways she turned them. And look that not everything is a dark background. Some are pieced lighter backgrounds. But it works, and it's exciting. So here is another of putting the little planet in, the little circle in with a big one. So the thing I love about books like this is they give you so many ideas. And like I said, this is Strips and Curves by Louisa L. Smith. Look at these pages. Isn't that beautiful? And so what I did differently about this one is I said, I want everything to be curves. So here's another page. Now let me see. But this gives me so many ideas. Look at this. This reminds me of the dark side of the moon. But isn't that cool? And it makes it look, these quilts look difficult, but they're not. It's just a matter of making the strata, and it's how you cut it up and how you place it that gives you the excitement and endless possibilities. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So I will be, now here we go. Now she's got some curved piecing within the circles. And isn't that amazing? And I love, hello, dear Jody. Honey, you can be late anytime you want. We're just so happy to see you. But I just love the idea. Look at the fabrics. I mean, this looks like a complex tile floor, some in a cathedral or something. There's just, you can take one concept, depending on the fabric, depending on the setting, you can have something totally different. And so here are, look at this. Isn't that amazing? We hope Jody's feeling good. Jody's having some medical stuff done, and our hearts are with her. We love her so much, and we want the doctors to do their very best with her. She's very brave, very brave. I think I'd be whining right now, sitting in a corner, sucking my thumb, but she's very brave. So we love our Jody. And talk about talented. Yeah, Jody. So anyway, so this goes on and on. And like I said, I found this at a used bookseller, Strips and Curves, Louisa Smith. Thank you, Melanie, for this, for the recommendation. It has templates you can copy off of and cut out whenever you want. So fabulous, fabulous. That's why I got the book in, and all of a sudden I went, I'm not done with this quilt yet. There are too many ideas. Now, so while, you had your daily meltdown already today. That's honey, I still have them, and I'm not being treated anymore. I mean, hello, you are entitled to any meltdown you want. And don't forget, I sent you my cell phone number. call me anytime you want, sweetheart. Anytime. So, oh, one more week and your great-grandson is due, Charlie. That's wonderful. Fabulous. So, okay. Let's see. This is called Curves in Motion by Judy Dales. And this one blew me away. I'm like, oh my gosh. Look at this. I mean, that's taking curves to a whole new level. Hi, Cheryl Hogan. Hi. Let me get my glasses on. You were taking care of your mom today. Oh, that's wonderful. There are some quilts. Oh my gosh. I mean, I go down that rabbit hole all the time. But my goodness, do I get some wonderful ideas. Look what she's done with curves, turning them into sailboats or birds. I mean, are there some fantastic ideas in here? By mastering the curve piecing, look at this. So this is Curves in Motion by Judy Dales. And so I tell you, I think the used bookseller is my best friend. And this even, she shows you how she makes the patterns and how she puts the registration marks in so you can see exactly where you're working and exactly how to line things up. So I will be researching this. I will be trying to learn from this, and then I want to share with you. But I tell you what, just when you think, I'm just going to finish what I've got, then you see a new technique that totally takes you to a whole other world. I mean, oh my goodness. So, you see what happens? Barbara Smith says, have you tried doing curve piecing when you put the two sides together? No, I have still been doing research, and I saw a woman and she had them kind of like I do now, but more overlapped. But I haven't found what I thought I was supposed to see, if that makes any sense. I thought that I saw somebody, oh, look at this. So with curved piecing, you can even incorporate it into landscapes. So now that we know that sewing curves is easy, we can open up and try some amazing, I'll put those back there so you can still see them, but we can try some amazing things. Now, I want to get this finished up so we can start a new project. And I'm hoping if Jody feels good enough that, because see, some of her treatments are going to begin, and they're not going to be fun. I do understand that. So, but if she feels good enough, I might try to get some hints from her. I was thinking, why don't we do a favorite pet and do a portrait of them? And you know how Jody does an amazing job of like Frankenstein and all these. I mean, even her grandchild and these amazing things. And I just downloaded my Adobe Photoshop, and I think it's working. So now I'll be able to pixelate it, or I'm trying to remember what Jody says you do. And so where you put the two sides together, I'll show you again the way I cut my curve piecing. But anyway, I would get a few hints from Jody because she knows how to like put it, posterize. Okay, thank you. Jody said posterize it. So what I'm going to do is this week I'm going to take pictures of my grommet. He is my heart dog. And you don't have a pet? Then what's your favorite animal? And look for a good picture of your favorite animal. And we're going to start on it. We're going to posterize it. If you don't have the web stuff to posterize it, if you send me your picture, I will posterize it for you and email it back to you. Because anybody that wants to try this, so our time to quilt at twctwc.com, and it's posterized. I'm writing that down because Jody's told me a million times, but when you have a brain like a sieve, posterize. Okay. I was up until 2 a.m. downloading the new Adobe programs. It's like I had them on my computer before, but when I got my new computer, somehow I lost it. And so for the last year, I've been trying to get the courage to buy a new one. And CDW, I got a really good deal on my Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Elements 2022. And now I've got to learn how to do it. So I'll try my best. But anyway, that's what I think we should try to do is I'm going to take some pictures, get the picture I really like, and then I'm going to do a little editing, cropping, whatever it takes, then posterize it. And if you can't do that for yourself, send me the email picture. I'll posterize it and send it back to you. Okay? So that's where we're going to go. But I still have at least a week's worth of work on this and trying to figure out where it's going to go. And I do love the colors. This would be a fun one to put little light bulbs in or to paint over parts with glow-in-the-dark paint. But we'll see. You can posterize with Microsoft Word, but you're limited to 6 color values. Okay, everyone, please take notes of this, okay? Because Jody is the best artist in this process that I've ever seen. And so she's giving you the benefit of her wisdom. So jot it down. And whenever you decide you're going to do it, because I love it. I did the cow last year. I took a class last spring and did a cow and did him in all shades of purple. And it came out beautifully. So now I thought, okay, I'm going to try my grommet. And he means everything to me. So I'm excited to try this. It's just like putting a puzzle together with fabric. So I assume that, we'll get a big piece of paper and because I guess I need to talk to Jody. So if she feels up to it, maybe we'll do a Jitsi Saturday and I'll pick her brain. Hi, Betty Middleton. It's so good to see you. So anyway, I'm excited. I think that'll be a fun one. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I've been a little timid, but I really do want to do it. So I'm going to try to finish this. The thing I like about this is I have some fabrics that have, some, oh gosh, what are they called? Borealis? Not that. Some things in space. I even did God's Eye as one of them. And so I think this is going to be a lot of fun when it comes time to quilt it. While I have it on the quilt frame, I will do some thread painting and do amorphous objects. And every Saturday we're going to be doing Jitsis at 11 o'clock. If nobody shows up, that's okay. But whoever wants to show up at 11 a.m. And if you belong to our group, then it's always posted. It's pinned on our group, the little shortcut you use. If you don't belong to our group and you'd like to we do just a sit and stitch, then send me an email to that Our Time to Quilt email address, and I'll send you a shortcut. I think something might have just fallen off. Who knows? But I've got some more fabric to iron and fold for the what is the dyeing called? The indigo dyeing. You can tell when I've been up too late and gotten up too early because, it's slow moving here. All right. So I got my booster. I'll blame it on the booster. I got my booster last Thursday and, a little bit of soreness for like one whole day. Big whoop. And think of it this way, too. Boosters kind of turn on your immune system. So it's good practice to have them look around for other things they don't like. Get those T cells going, ladies. So now I've had 2 boosters. So I think pretty soon I'll be the bionic woman. All right. I think I've covered everything that I had to talk about with you. And I will see if, I can get this done by next week. But I really kind of want to make it look more random. And with my other kinds of space fabrics, I might use some of those that have a bit of like a Milky Way look in them or different kind of space formations. So I'm really, really liking it. And even this one where they're turned all different directions, I like that. I think it's cool. And I want to do some more little ones and like put a little one in front of a bigger one because that's kind of cool. So any questions that you might have any questions you might have for me? And also, there's Michelle Lang. There is Michelle Lang. And Jody might get a pink wig. And if that's the case, I think I'm going to have to dye my hair pink. So blue is my favorite color, but you know what? You got to do a girl's got to do what she's got to do. So, and Jody, reach out to Michelle too. Michelle is phenomenal and knows of all of things. So we love all of you. And we just might all get pink hair. I mean, why not? Let's turn it into the best kind of thing we can, the best heartfelt love. So, yeah, see, Michelle can go with pink too. I think that's a grand idea. So just let us know and we'll get our pink on. So pink, we'll be the pink ladies. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, everyone. You are amazing. And you make my week every time. Thank you for joining with us. I'm going to keep coming up with some cool ideas for you. You don't feel like you have to participate for everyone. I love throwing ideas out there because one of them might be something that you really want to try. So please take good care of yourself. Jitsi, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Come, go, whatever is good for you. If you are a member, you'll see it on the site. If not, send me an email. Okay? And Marcia, I'm sorry that I forgot to plug in the card thing. And I was really worried about you. It's like our Marcia was here and excited. And also thank you to Kathleen Carter. So nice to get to talk with you. Good luck on your move. And thank you for keeping me company until everybody could find me. Have a great weekend. Get out and enjoy some sunshine if you get a chance. And take good care. Oh, and Kathleen is packing. Since she's moving and won't have access to all her fabric and supplies, she's packing kits that will tide her over until she's fully moved and unpacked. Is that the best tip of the day? Yes, it is. Thank you. Take good care, and I hope to see you Saturday morning. Bye-bye, everybody. And I'll be here Sunday afternoon like normal. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care of yourself. You are the best. Bye-bye, guys.